Hey guys, welcome back to a very exciting episode. Today we're going to deck out this Gen 3. We're essentially just going to go through all the shelves in the warehouse and see which parts will fit the Gen 3 and fit it to this car. So it's going to be a bit of a budget series, so let's get into it. So let's go through the shelves. So the good thing is some of the Gen 4 products will fit straight onto the Gen 3, but I'm also going to show you some new products we have for the Gen 3 thus far. All right, so let's start on this side. Okay, so interestingly, I tried out this shift panel. Now, it's not a perfect fit for the Gen 3, so it's mainly for the Gen 4, but if you're in strife and you're urgently needing this part, it does sort of work. It's just a little bit sticky, but we're not going to fit this because we don't need it. So stickers, let me know if we should sell the Pajero sticker. We currently do for the Gen 4. Let me know if we should do it for the Gen 3, but I've actually already fitted one up at the back here, as you can see. Same with the GLS sticker. So just comment down below if you want us to stock that. So parker lights, this will fit, but the previous owner actually already put LED parker lights in there, which is great. Same with the reverse lights. We're going to try out the reverse lights because that makes a big difference at night, and I know this will fit the Gen 3, so we're going to be fitting that. Same with these LED tail light grommets, I would call it, just so it's nice and stable again, because I had a feel on one of the lights and it's a little bit shaky, so that means we need to replace those rubbers. All right, moving on. Some of these rubbers will fit as well, but it's ideally just for the Gen 4. The Gen 3 is a little bit different, so that won't work. The console upper clips, that's straight bolt on to the Gen 3 as well. Ours is still working, but just letting you know, this will fit as well. Clock springs, I don't think we will be stocking clock springs for the Gen 3 just because there's like 3 different ones and we don't stock aftermarket parts. We only do genuine ones, so they are a little bit pricey, but that's all that works. But yeah, I just feel like we're not going to stock it unless you guys need it. So again, just comment down below if you want us to stock something that we don't currently do. So interior LEDs, I'm going to try one on the Gen 3. We'll see what fits and if this kit of the Gen 4 will go onto the Gen 3. Pretty sure it will, but we'll have a look. LED headlights, so unfortunately with the Gen 3, it's a reflective lens, so we won't be selling LEDs for them because they are very bright, and on a reflective lens, it's going to look like you're on high beam, so it's going to annoy other road users, so we won't be stocking LED headlights for the Gen 3. So what I would recommend is just go to Repco or Supercheap Auto and just grab some brighter halogens, and then you're good to go. But yeah, we're gonna be fitting spotties to the Gen 3 anyway, I reckon, so the extra light will be nice. All right, center display module, that's not gonna fit. Bonnet struts, by the way, we'll get this in this week. That's gonna fit on the Gen 3. We won't be doing that today because it does require some modification, but there will be another episode coming where we fit bonnet struts because that is a great upgrade. One of these, yes, that will fit. So this is a center console cover. So the neoprene ones, it does come in our seat covers, which I believe will be fitting straight on as well. So we'll just use the cover that comes with the seat covers. All right, let's move on. Dash mats. Yes, we're going to be installing dash mats. We bring out new ones, so it's actually on this side for the Gen 3. So yes, we will be fitting a dash mat. Rear door struts, no, that's Gen 4. Interior panels, yes, so this is the Gen 4 one. So it's like a big storage pocket one. We will be selling them for the Gen 3, and we're going to be fitting one today. I'll show you in a sec what that looks like. With the ultra gauges, unfortunately, this does not fit at the Gen 3 because the Gen 3 has an OBD 1 and this only fits OBD 2. So basically from 2006-7 onwards, it fits. But yeah, sadly, it doesn't fit the Gen 3. So if you have any recommendation, guys, I'm not sure if something exists to monitor the temps. I would absolutely love to monitor the boost and the temps. Otherwise, I'll have to do some more research. But if you already have a Gen 3 and you know, please comment down below. EGR cable, no, don't need it. Anti-knock kits, yes. So this will also fit the Gen 3 model. So if you have a knocking sound coming from the drive shafts, this will fix the clunk for you. Then we have UHF mounts, that's not going to work. cruise, no. Yes, fire extinguisher brackets. So yes, this will also fit the Gen 3. So we will be fitting one of these bad boys to it. What's that? That's a reverse light. Auto door lock's not going to work. Throttle controllers. Yes, so we do sell throttle controllers. So if you've seen the previous episode, we've actually installed one. So throttle controllers for the Gen 3s are available right now. Moving on, sway bar links. Yes, that will fit. We're not going to be doing that today because it does take a bit of time and I don't have the appropriate tools today, but that's all good. All right, moving on. Diff solenoids, no, that's different on the Gen 3. OBD cable, no. Tire deflators is a universal one. Moving on, let's go. Oh, here we go. Sunglass holders, yes, I'm going to install one to the Gen 3. This is not a bolt-on because it's actually a blank inside of the Gen 3, so we're going to drill some holes, so 2 holes through the carpet, and then it will stick on. I'll show you guys how to do that. And then the rest of this is just clearance items, but it actually needs one of these bonnet seals, or 2 of them actually. That is cactus, so we're going to be replacing them as well. All right, moving on, let's have a look. Transmission cooler kits, yes, this does fit the Gen 3. There will be a separate episode on how to install it, just so you can install it right. It's very similar to the Gen 4 on fitment, but it's a little bit different, so I'll show you guys how that works. All right, dash mats, yes, we'll fit that. Air con vents, let me know, should we stock aircon vents for the Gen 3 Pajero? I know some of them are already cactus. Let me know in the comments. Should we stock them or not? Just so we can, yeah, go from there. All right, moving on. Wiper blades, yes. We're going to be installing that because mine is cactus. Before I forget, the metal sleeves. You've probably seen this episode already, but yeah, this is a great mod to have, because the original ones are plastic and over time they degrade and then your shifter gets stuck, blah, blah, blah. Just get a metal one and you're all sorted. I'm just gonna do a little exercise actually. I'm just gonna flex out the Pajero and see how much flex it has currently. And then I'm gonna change to these upgraded sway bar links and see if it makes any difference in the flex and how much extra you gain. So that will be a cool experiment. So I will fit these as well. Maybe not today, but I will fit it and I'll show you guys what the results are. So door seals, so these are also genuine door seals and it fits on the Gen 3 and the Gen 4. Our seals are still good, so we won't be fitting those today. Moving on, hoses. So intercooler hoses or turbo hoses, whatever you want to call it. This will be another episode. So we're going to be replacing the intercooler itself and the hoses. And then I'll show you guys how to install that as well. All right. Then it's just battery holders. Yes, this will also fit the Gen 3. I'll show you later what this looks like. Then moving on, that's all hoses and the seat covers. So yes, we will be fitting our seat covers. I'm pretty sure it will fit the Gen 3 as well. It's just the headrest that will be different, but we'll see what it looks like anyway. Oh, by the way, and the reason why it looks like this was actually our first sample, as you can see with the massive logo on it. It's not like this at the moment, it's nice and small, but yeah, instead of chucking this in the bin, it will just go on the Gen 3 because why not? All right, sweet. And then last but not least, we have our new 6mm brackets with side steps. That's going to go on the Gen 3 as well. Not today, it will be a separate video. We actually filmed a video the other day and then I lost the memory stick. So I was like, oh my goodness, so I'll have to refilm it because I did it on the Gen 4, but for the new video, we'll do it on the Gen 3. Then you can see how to fit it, what it looks like, that sort of thing. Backbone system is down here on the ground as well, so that will go onto the Gen 3. So there's no roof rails currently on the Gen 3, so what I'm going to do is drill holes. So I'll show you guys with the Gen 3 and the Gen 4 with no roof rails. You'll have to drill holes to fit the backbone system to it, so that's going to come in the following episodes as well. That's very exciting. And by the way, we're going to do roof rails or crossbars as well, and that is in production. Hopefully we can launch it soon, but that's going to go on the Gen 3. Floor mats, yes, we will try and fit these, so they should hopefully fit the Gen 3. That would be nice because the floor mats in that car is literally the same age as the car, so definitely got to change those. Seat covers, we've already covered that. By the way, new ones are coming for the electric version by the end of this month. What's this? This is all seat covers for the Tigo. Rear door table, like I said, is in production as well for the Gen 3. We are waiting for our very last final design to fit it. make sure everything's perfect, and then we can finally bring it out to you guys. But yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, mesh grills. I don't know if we should sell grills for the Gen 3. Same as the Gen 4, it's basically just a black mesh grill. Let me know if we should sell some for the Gen 3. Snorkel, I don't think we're going to sell snorkels for the Gen 3. There's already a heap of options available that is cheap enough, so I don't think we're going to stock those. You can find those on eBay, they're very cheap. But yeah, I think that is it. Oh, and boot liners. These are on clearance. There's only 1 or 2 left. But yeah, we're going to grab one and put it in our Gen 3. But yeah, that's it. Let's fit it all and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So let's replace these mats. Oh my day. So it looks like it's just been like a rubber mat the guy bought from Bunnings. Look at that. And he made a hole and cut it to pieces basically to fit. So yeah, let's get rid of that, shall we? All right, sweet. So as you can see, the driver's side fits. Now you can see there's 2 points for 2 hooks because the Gen 4 actually has 2 hooks, but on the Gen 3, it's only the 1, but it does fit. So as you can see, that is good to go. All right, passenger side. Yeah, well, that fits. And last but not least, the mighty big one. Would you look at that? It all fits nicely. Too easy, guys. So as you can see, it's a nice snug fit for the driver's side, and it's only those 2 that I mentioned, where the Gen 3 only has the 1. So for the rear, same thing. So it's a nice snug fit. Here you go, all the way through to the other side. So happy days. And then over here on this side, so it covers mostly everything, but the Gen 3 must be a little bit different over here. It just doesn't cover that little bit there, but other than that, it covers the important parts. So there you go. So next up is the dash mat. So with our dash mat, we do also include these Velcro bits that makes it just stick onto the dash and doesn't slide everywhere. So the owner actually had this one on. It looks like the old genuine one. So that's pretty cool, but we want our own, right? And black looks nice. So let's whack on this one. All right, let's have a look, see if it's a perfect fit. It's also anti-slip material on the underside, so you don't really need this unless you really want to. You can see it's a nice perfect fit, which is great. That's what we want. There might be a little bit wrinkles if you do take it out of the packaging. Over time with the heat, that's going to go away. Otherwise, before you install it, you can just lay it out in the sun and it will go away as well. But yeah, that's what it looks like. All right, so next up we're going to be replacing these wiper blades. So they look very old. So yeah, time for these WiperTech ones to come off. Then we'll fit our new hybrid blades. So here's our fire extinguisher brackets. Now I'm not going to be installing one because I won't be having a fire extinguisher in this car, but essentially it's so easy to install. You just get these front caps off the front of the seat and then you'll see a bolt. Same for the other side. There you go, it just clips off, and then this will just go right over, and then you just tighten up the bolts and it's installed. So very easy to do. So next up is the boot liner. So this is what it looks like beforehand. And now we're just going to chuck this in. There we go. 1 and 2. Now the reason why it's a 2-piece is because it can still be used with the 7 seats. But yeah, unfortunately this is sold out already and we're not going to be stocking them, but hey, that's what it looks like just for the sake of it. Alright, so next up we're going to be installing our LED reverse light. So we need is a screwdriver, and there's just 2 screws. And then this light will pop out. So you can see we also fitted these rubbers because the ones that were there were non-existent, so now they actually have some. And then your reverse light is the top one here, so just give it a twist and then it will come out, and then you just replace the bulb. So there you go, that's the reverse light. So I love how wide it goes. So this is like a solid like 3 or 4 meters, and then It has a very wide spread to the back as well. So there you go. So you can have all the visibility at night, which is awesome. So you can like see everything over on the other side of the road. And if I turn it back to park, you can't really see it. But yeah, and you can also see the bush, whereas you can when the lights are on. So yeah, what a great difference. Okay, next up is this interior panel. Now, we designed and printed these ourselves. I actually bought a 3D printer just to play around with it, print some cool stuff. And then this was my first design for the Pajero. So it's essentially just a deep pocket panel. We didn't cheat out on filament, like everything is nice and thick. It's got a thick base. Everything is like super strong and nice and rigid. So yeah, essentially it just bolts straight over here. So I know on some Gen 3 models your aircon is there, some people move it around, but yeah, this panel for now is just for the bottom one here. We had nothing there, so I just made this panel, put it in there, and now I can actually leave my phone and water or whatever in there. And then on the panel itself it says BGT 4x4 Pajero Gen 3 bottom. So bottom just means the panel goes in like this, have this side on the bottom, and then all the holes will line up, and we also give you extended screws, so everything's in the kit for you to bolt it on, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so we're now going to be fitting our LED interior kit, see if it works on the Gen 3, and so far it's working pretty well. So this lens over here, what you can do is use the tool that's provided in the kit, so that one there, just to prime it off. Just be careful because the glass might be a little bit brittle. Okay, so if you turn it on, there you go, it will go on. You might notice these stay off. That's because you need to press this button, boom, and boom. All right, so the next ones are these ones. So essentially you want to get your tool right in there. In the corner, it will clip off, and then the second one, it will clip off, and then you have access to the light. Okay, so there's a bit of a trick with this one. So it comes with a very small bulb, and the new bulbs don't quite fit in its current position. So see this one here, you need to basically push it all the way back. Okay, so just so you can make room for the bigger bulb. All right, so let's now put the bigger bulb in. Okay, there we go. So interestingly, I'm not sure why the light's not going on. I've tried both ways, but that's working. So I think it might be the actual connector that is not working, because this door is open and it's working. I've just unbolted it, so it's just the two screws, and then you'll see there needs to be a connector at the top here which is missing, and that's why the light's not going on. So I tried to have a look in here, but I can't feel any cables, so I'm not sure if this door has been off in its lifetime and then they didn't plug it in again, but oh well, at least we now know why it's not working. But yeah, should be. So the rest of the doors are working, as you can see. And now once you've done the doors, you can move to the top here, and it's just a matter of clipping out this glass cover here, and then you can turn it on. So there you go, and same for this side. It goes on. Too easy. The last one is at the back here. So as you can see, it's working. And to get this cover off, and just take this tool again, and then you'll see a little hole there, and that's just how you wedge it out. All right, so just be careful because the car is old, so everything is a little bit old and brittle, so just be careful. Number plate lights, so just undo the two screws, this side and that side, and then you can replace them with LED as well, and then your number plates are LED. And then last but not least, the vanity lights, so they just go right here. There you go, just go straight in. Be careful not to blind yourself, and then yeah, boom, you're good to go. Cool, so there you go. That is all the lights done, and then you'll still have a few spare in case some of them blow. which is handy. So there you go, guys. The Gen 4 kit does suit the Gen 3. Right, guys, so here's just a bit of a example. So it's night time, there is a bit of light because we do have a street light over there, but that's okay. So here's the interior LEDs. Boom. So as you can see, it makes quite a difference, which is awesome. You can turn these two on as well. 1, 2, there you go. So that's what it looks like at night. So it's definitely a big difference. And then at the back here as well, here you go. So all the LEDs are working as they should, and yeah, it's just looking great. In the previous episode, we fitted a throttle controller and also USB ANC charger, which supports fast charging if you have a fast charging cable, so like a 100-watt cable. So yeah, nice and fast charging. Okay, so next up is the sunglass holder. So as you can see on the Gen 3, there's no handle there or anything. So what you'll need to do is to mark out where the holes are. Alright, so it's going to be sitting like that, so nice and snug. It's literally made for it. Alright, so mark out the holes, and then what you want to do is use a drill bit. So unfortunately I don't have a drill bit with me at the moment, so I'm not going to install it, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's installed. So yeah, just drill the hole through there, drill it through there, and then you can use, so it comes with this, it comes with the 2 bolts. So all you need to do is to get washers and nuts, just so you can use the nuts and the washers on the other side of this. So just take off this door seal, and then you can get your hand behind it, then you can make it all tight, and then you have a sunglass holder over there. So here's the finished product. So as you can see, here you go. Get the sunnies out, put it back in, and there you go. Okay, so now we are in the engine bay. So as you can see, this seal right here is badly damaged, same with this one. So we're going to replace those 2. All the other seals though look very good, and same with these ones down here are also fine, but if yours needs replacing or replacement, you can have a look on the website. Other than that, guys, I'll show you how to install the bonnet struts in another episode, and then I'll also be installing some more accessories to that panel or bracket right there very soon. And then for the battery holder, so you can't really see it, but down the bottom is a metal bracket. There you go, can't really see it, but anyway, it's a metal bracket, and then I've just taken this plastic one, put it on top of the metal bracket, and yeah, just to make sure it doesn't get the heat from the engine. But yeah, these will be available on the website soon. Okay, so we are good to go, ready to fit them. The only problem is, see how there's 4 pins and there's only 3 holes. So yeah, that is definitely my mistake. I just assumed it's going to be the same as the Gen 4, which I shouldn't have done, but that's okay. What we're going to do is modify it, okay? So this pin used to be in there, so I've just made a little hole, put this pin back in, and now what I'm going to do is that's just going to clip in, that's just going to clip in, and that's just going to clip in. There you go, I've made a plan, and then I'm just going to cut it off there, and we have a good seal. I'm just going to do the same on this side. So yeah, it is modifiable, but it's not a straight bolt-on. So it does look OEM, which is awesome. So I've just cut it a bit shorter, cut some sleeves in on the other side where I had to put some pins through, and then there you go, it all looks factory. Love it. So there you go, there's always a way to make things work, but there you go, it's not a straight bolt-on, but you can modify it. Okay, we are moving to the final piece of the puzzle, and that is the seat covers, guys. So far it's looking really good. Like I said, it doesn't come with this big logo, it has a small logo because this is just a sample, but yeah, just look at that. By the way, guys, got to show you this. So if your Pajero is the same as this one, and it's got this behind it, right? So see how it's like fully enclosed. I can't push my seat cover through from the other side. just have a look underneath, okay? There will be a clip like this, and then it comes loose, and then voila, you can see the seat cover. I've actually had a customer email us, it was like that. And guys, what she's done, she's cut it here with scissors, and then she messaged us saying it doesn't fit, I want to return it. So she's damaged the car and it actually fits. All right, so don't be that customer. Get underneath there, get this loose, and then you'll have access. Some Pajero models are different, some already have room here, but if yours is like this, don't cut it, just get underneath and have a look. Cool. And then this one will just clamp down to the bottom. But anyway, let's fit the other covers and see what it looks like. Okay guys, are you ready for it? Have a look at how good these seats look. Oh my days. So good news, it literally fits. My main concern was these headrests, but because they can sort of expand and stretch, it stretches right over. So there you go. It's a perfect fit, custom made for the Pajero, and we've also used the seat cover one instead of the other one, so now everything looks the same, and as you can see, it looks great. So it opens and closes nicely, and then same on that side. Everything just looks awesome. Here, as you can see, it all fits very nicely. So the only one that looks a bit weird is this one here. So you can either take it off or you can leave it as is. It's not worth it for us to make a whole new complete set just to fit this middle second row. So yeah, if this does look a bit weird, I could probably pull it a bit more straight. But yeah, that's the only one that didn't 100% fit, but the rest of it is perfect, guys. So it does have the isofix point as well, if you're going to be having a baby chair in here, which is cool. And then yeah, this is how it looks. So I'm stoked. I'm really stoked. A customer asked us the other day as well. It is neoprene, so you know, this is going to be sweaty. Instead of solid neoprene, it is perforated, so you can't really see it, but it has these little tiny holes to make it breathable. And then the second layer is the waterproof layer, so that's what makes them so great. So it's not going to be nice, it's just not going to be sweaty, it's just going to be nice to sit on here. But yeah, happy days, it does fit the Gen 3 as well. So this is how the Gen 3 looks, guys. So with the new dash mat, seat covers, floor mats, it literally looks like a new car in here. And it looks great, it really looks nice. So super, super happy. So as you can see, there's quite a few items that we had in stock that is now on the Gen 3 Pajero, and it fits, and I reckon it looks great, hey, especially the interior now with the new dash mat, floor mats, seat covers, and the LEDs. It's going to make a nice modern touch to the interior, so I'm super stoked. And yeah, it's now available on the website, so make sure to grab it. If you have any other questions, make sure to drop it down below. But yeah, thanks so much for your support, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode when we install some other modifications. Cheers, guys.